trying to keep it on the trail.
So this TJ was a spur of the moment TJ.
Hey Cole, what are we doing? Locking in. Whoa! Hello, welcome. Just Bump It 4x4. Today we are taking a little bit of a break from that, and we're gonna go see Kyle, our good buddy pal. He's gonna be a part of this channel quite a bit. He has a TJ to do a walk around on, get to know Kyle a little bit. So yeah, Cole and I, we're gonna hop in Kane and head on over there. Look at Kane and all its glory. It's clean now. Clean now. It won't be. Cole asked if we should put the half doors on today, and I just sent him a bunch of laughing emojis. Cause it's sunny out, but I don't know, it's like 46 or something like that. Not half door weather.
Yes, it is.
No, not half door weather.
Windows down weather.
It might be windows down weather though. I'll go for that. After a half hour later, got the seatbelt on. 5-point harness, 4-point. My bad. We're not that bougie.
How do you turn off the stop?
I don't know. We're on a dirt road that we take very often, and it's like, you know, fall time right now, so it's slippery, and Cole's just trying to keep it on the trail. But we're making it work. It's nice to be back in a Jeep, because we haven't done this recently. I'm very excited for next summer, because you guys are going to see a lot more Jeeping and stuff rather than just, you know, working on stuff. But it's winter, it's kind of downtime. Probably not the best time to start a channel, but I mean, I really wanted to, you know, show the Super Duty build and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll get, you know, hopefully we'll be able to get some good snow wheeling footage this winter as well. That's one thing we're really excited for, is, you know, to get some mad snow, but apparently we're not supposed to get any snow this winter, so we're just hoping that that changes and we'll be able to get some wheeling footage for you guys, you know, pretty quick here. But to Kyle's we go. dang tree was down. And I didn't film it. And I saw that tree down. It's like, might as well. I mean, all Cole had to do is give it a little bump.
Just give it a little bump. Made it to the Kyle residence. Oh. Right on. Yeah. All right. Cole and I, we made it to Kyle's. Kyle here
How's it going, YouTube?
is Cole's brother. Kyle goes jeeping with me and Cole pretty much every time. It's mainly just us three. But Kyle, tell us the story on this TJ you got.
So this TJ was a spur of the moment TJ. I had a CJ7 that was a work in progress for the last year. Halfway through putting the CJ together, went and picked up a YJ that was originally going to be used for parts for the interior of the CJ until we planned a Drummond Island trip in the spring of 23. The YJ then became the Wheeler, and the CJ got put off, and I started to go back to working on the CJ. This thing came up on Marketplace, and it was one of those deals that was just too good not to buy. It was 10 minutes from the house, so my brother and I went down and looked at it. The description on Marketplace was very poor, but you could see from the pictures that it had some good parts in it. Had the front axle that was in it when we picked it up had lockouts in it. You could see that, but there was no description on really anything that was done to it, other than the transmission was blown and the motor didn't run, had issues. So we went and looked at it. The thing fired right up. Kind of drove well enough to get it on the trailer for sure. Was going to be just a quick flip. It had so many good parts in it that we were going to just bring it home, part it out, use what I could for the CJ, and get rid of what I didn't want. And when we brought it back home, got looking it over, And checking it out more, it became pretty apparent that the CJ needed to be put off longer. The YJ should probably get sold, and the TJ should probably be the next project. So, took all the good stuff from the 3, kind of have everything into this one now, and this is the one that's going to stay around for a little while.
Hopefully. Never know with Kyle.
Kyle at a time will have like 3 different Jeeps, sell them all in 1 week, and then, you know, have another the next. So
If he says this one's staying around, maybe he actually likes this one.
I give
What?
it 6 months.
6 months?
6 months.
6 months.
I'm sure everybody has a little bet made behind my back of how long this one's going to last.
So, what do we got for axles under this thing?
78 F250 44, half-inch tubes, RCV shafts, high steer, Grizzly or Detroit, I think it's Detroit front locker that's in it, true track, long arm.
And
Rear-
for the rear?
Rear axle's a Ford 9-inch, been narrowed. Osier 35 spline shafts and that, chrome ollies. These axles have been in 3 different Jeeps that I know of for sure.
Yeah.
They started out in an 89 Cherokee that I had, and the original owner did all the work to the 44. I've put the shafts in the 9-inch because it broke a set of those, sheared the flange off. And then they went into the CJ project, and then from CJ project they've come to this. The rear suspension is 4-linked. It was like that when we picked this thing up. The front was 3-link when we got it, but it was kind of a goofy 3-link. It wasn't really set up right. So I cut all that off, cut the factory coil mounts and shock mounts off, moved those ahead 1/2 inch, and then rotated the angle of them back so that the coil spring actually sits in there nice and straight, and the factory bump is actually centered in the spring with the axle pushed forward 1 inch. Wheelbase on this thing is 99 to 101 depending on which side you measure. Stock, I think they're like 93 or 94, so it's got a little bit of a stretch to it, quite a bit in the rear. This thing has had an engine swap done to it, yeah. It was 2.5 auto when we bought it, and I wasn't sure the life of the 2.5 that was in it. Had 200 and some thousand miles on it. My YJ had a 2.5 5-speed, and that only had 140 in it. So I pulled the motor and trans and T-case out of the YJ, and those are in this now. And it's got 140 on it, and that's runs pretty good. Check engine light was on the dash when we picked it up. Check engine light is still on the dash with the motor swap, so I think I did everything right. We've got CJ7 turn signals, daylighters, because I don't like LED lights like old school Jeeps. The only thing that this doesn't have that it needs is a set of leaf springs. But don't get confused and think that that's turbo. It's not. It doesn't have that much power. But everybody else doing all these V8s and all that, and LSs, and it's more fun to have half the motor and go all the same places. So we're gonna rock this little 4-banger for another season. And the 231 is SYE, has the Terra Flex 2-low kit in it. Really helps with having a 5-speed. Corbeau seats inside, and Coop can show you the interior here in a minute. The Jeep has both sides on it. Those were done when we picked it up.
Both sides are pretty sick.
Nothing fancy for shocks. It's kind of currently not any in the rear. Got a set of Bilsteins that are going back in the rear. Got some Fox fronts. They're Amazon Fox fronts.
Amazon.
And
That's pretty much it. I think you covered it.
yeah, aluminum radiator that was in it, electric fan that was in it when I got it. That's those things.
Still a work in progress.
Oh yeah, definitely a work in progress. Still, we got a lot of changes to make before we go to Tennessee with it. Fuel cell behind the rear seats. Got a lot of space yet for tool storage, which is nice. Even with the fuel cell setup.
Oh yeah.
That'll be pretty nice. Hard top, soft top, half doors, everything came with it when we picked it up. It was a really good deal. Definitely worth going and getting. And originally it was just gonna be parted out, but
Kyle is going to be going to Windrock with us, as well as their parents, and possibly Tommy? Question mark.
You guys will see this thing in action. It's gonna turn out pretty sick. I think it already looks pretty sick.
you gotta redo it.
Why?
It's got 37-inch tires. We never pointed it out.
That's true.
15-inch wheels because old school Jeep shit. So it's gonna stay on 15s.
All right, that's gonna end it.
Hey Cole, what are we doing?
Walking in.
So on the way there, we took trails. On the way back to Cole's house, we decided to take trails again, just some different trails that, you know, we didn't come up on, and we have a water crossing.
Pushing this big ice chunk. with this big chunk of ice. Look at the water line on this side. Dang. All clean. Based on the bumper. Alright, one little more splash to go. For a while.
No,
I wonder why.
yeah, no kidding.
Right next to a swamp. They must not have 40s and lockers. The only thing that's been down here is the beaver.
Yeah, no kidding. Look at all those beaver trees.
Hey, I'm glad we locked in.
Yeah, I'm glad we locked in too.
Well, that might be the end of the video. We'll see.
Put a little picture of that.